Thank you very much. Well, first of all, let me be among the first people to welcome you to the Managing Director's second annual award ceremony. This is a very special event because this is a day when we recognize a lot of the hard work that you guys have done throughout the year. Now, I know that people who are in this room, as well as the people who are on your teams, work hard every day. And it's truly a field of high performers that we had to choose those people who most exemplify the kind of values that we hold dear in the MDO, and to celebrate the performance that each of you have contributed to the department. So today we have a set of awards that we are selecting from 3 different categories. The first category are department nominations. So leaders of your department nominated members of their team for different efforts that they had completed during the year. The second area is Philly Stat performance, those departments that participate in the Philly Stat process. And the third area are awards that are selected by the managing director. So today we're going to celebrate those 3 categories. So before we get started, I'd like to introduce our Managing Director, Rich Negrin, who will kick off the event.
Thank you.
Oh, good.
Congratulations on your first award ceremony.
Oh, well, thank you. Congratulate me at the end.
The hard part's over. So I want to be the first to tell you guys, the white smoke is up. We have a pope. So pretty extraordinary news being broken here in Philadelphia. We don't have a name yet, so we're waiting to hear the actual name, but we do have a pope. So now let's see if we can get him to visit us in 2015, right? This is a great day. I wish you guys could kind of see the view from up here. When I look around this room and I see the team that we've put together and the employees and the caliber and the talent and the commitment to the city of Philadelphia and to our citizens that I see from standing up here, it is a special perspective and really a huge source of pride for me. So this is about saying thank you. So I want to talk about first why today is important, right? And I have to admit I wasn't a huge fan of the swag, but it looks pretty cool, right? So congratulations on that. We don't say thank you enough. We don't have the ability, because we're limited from an economic perspective, to give big bonuses and really reward folks the way I'd like to be able to do that. We don't do everything perfect, right? So celebrating what we do today is not about, taking a victory lap, patting ourselves on the back and saying we're done, because we're not, right? We have a long way to go. But we do have pockets of excellence that happen every single day across our department. And this is about saying thank you. It's about rewarding those folks and those individuals who have done an extraordinary job in their field, that have gone above and beyond. Now, not everybody can get an award. We know that, because otherwise, number one, it wouldn't be that special, right, if everybody got one. But number 2, I want you to know that that's not what this is about. That this is about, and one of the reasons why I think you're going to see a different format as we talk about our nominees, so much of the great things going on in our departments. And we're going to celebrate those things. The winner is just kind of a bonus. I want you to know how proud I am and how thankful I am to get the opportunity to stand here as your leader. That's an extraordinary responsibility and a huge honor that I have. We haven't fixed everything. We haven't gotten to the finish line. But what we have done is really critical this last year and a half, is we've created a culture that's changed of continuous improvement. And you can see that in all of our departments, whether it's through Philly Stat Ops, Philly Stat Outcomes, the way you guys are managing people through the senior team model. It's why we're doing things like the Center of Excellence, to be here as a resource around organizational development. And where we're going with, we're talking about things like an innovation lab for the first time in the city of Philadelphia. That's extraordinary, and that's because of you guys. And creating a real, a resource out of my office to help make everything you do every single day better. But this is about today. It's about you. It's about celebrating your success over the last year. It's about acknowledging as many of you as we can and as appropriate. And it's about prioritizing why that's important. And I don't want it to end here. I want you guys to know that in your departments, these are the kind of things you can do on your own, that you can set an important example throughout your individual organizations. You should take the model that you see, and you can do variations of this. You know, we just celebrated the 311 mobile app team for doing a great job and winning an award around the mobile app. We don't do enough of those things. Great news today for those of you who haven't heard. The city of Philadelphia is one of the top 5 cities in the Bloomberg Mayor's Challenge, right? That was a huge accomplishment. We worked for almost a year to get that accomplished, and our entire innovation team was a part of that. The mayor and I just had, just an hour before I came here, a conversation where he called to thank me, right? That's a special moment when your mayor calls you to say thank you. So this is me, the managing director, saying thank you to you. Part of what the mayor and I talked about were we need to recognize that team. We need to do something special because of what an accomplishment that is. And he immediately, without hesitation, said, that's exactly right. And he starts, you know how he is, he starts thinking immediately about how to do it and how to improve upon my idea, because he always makes it better, and he's going to turn it into something totally different, right? Because that's who our mayor is. He's extraordinary that way. But you guys have the opportunity to do a lot of this inside of your own departments. I want to talk a little bit about this past year. There are so many highlights that I'm not going to kind of go through and itemize the highlights, but I want you just personally to look around the room and see, not only are there a new infusion of people in this room, but there's people who've been here and have institutional knowledge who are playing different roles, who have developed. One of the great things that I want the managing director's office to be, and our cluster, to be a place where good people want to be, they want to work hard, they know they're going to develop and progress and have a career ladder, right? That's one of the things that I heard a lot about when I first started, was that folks don't kind of understand where they can go next. And I'm okay losing people, right? People have some trouble understanding that. I'm okay attracting the best talent, developing you guys, and having you move on to do bigger and better and great things. And that's what we're about. So we should all feel that way and kind of show that culture. A lot of that is going on this past year. I want to talk about where we are and where we stand today. I think we stand poised to make the biggest difference that a managing director's office has ever done. I think when I look at the team that we've assembled and the talent in this room, I think we have an opportunity to make the biggest, most lasting impact on the citizens of Philadelphia. So let's be honest about a few things. We are in year 6 of this administration, right? For people like me, the clock is ticking. What do I have? Maybe a year and a half, maybe 2, at the max 2.5, right? Going up to the end. Let's be honest about that. We're going to finish strong. The things that we need to do, and that's going to happen because of leadership in this room, the things that we accomplished over that period of time is going to last and echo for generations to come if we're lucky. And many of you in the room who aren't going to leave the way I will, with a new mayor, who are still going to be here, who are the backbone of city government, are going to get to carry on some of that legacy. So let's keep asking, and this is my commitment to you, that until, as long as I'm here, till the end, that this is about me giving you my best every single day, that I wake up thinking about that I wake up about how I can get better, and I do scary things all the time, because it's about growing and developing. I want you guys to commit to the same thing. I want to do that on a personal level. I want to do it for all of us on a professional level, and I want to do it on an organizational level, because if we're not comfortable taking some risks and being aggressive around change, we're not going to make a meaningful impact. And that's what we're about, and that's what I want our brand to be. So finish strong and carry on. That's the motto, and that's what I want to leave with you today. I want to commit to you that I'm going to do everything in my power to help you be successful in your core mission, in what you're doing on a daily basis. So that's why we're here as a resource for you. And I'm going to expect that same level of commitment from you. So this is a great day. Let's celebrate. There's no better day of the year for me in terms of pride in my folks where I get to watch you guys get acknowledged in a very small way for the great work that you've done. But I am so excited, and I want you to know, there's no place I'd rather be than right here with you guys. There's no team I'd rather be working with than you guys. I say that to my folks all the time. The day that changes, we need to get out of here, right? For all of us. You've got to love what you're doing every single day. I still do that. You got to love who you're working with every single day. And we need to have fun as an organization, right? When you're up on my floor, you hear a lot of laughter, right? People talk to me about that all the time, by the way, right? They say, boy, your administration is very different. There's a joy in the room. People are laughing, they're kidding, they're serious about their work, but they enjoy each other. There's a culture of camaraderie and teamwork. And that's by design. We've been very thoughtful about how we build that team around us. You guys do the same exact thing inside of your shops. Keep that going, because that's what this is about. This is about us being a family, the MDO family, and continuing to strive and get better and better. I put out a quote this morning about don't wish it was easier. Wish that you were better, right? I put that quote out because I think that personifies who we are. We all know that our mission is hard. We all know that the work we do every single day sometimes is thankless. Let's get better and better and better. That's why we're here. So thank you very much. Enjoy this. This is going to be fun, and I'll be back to talk to you in a little while. Thanks.
Okay. The first category of awards that we're going to be presenting this afternoon are the department nominations. Now, in the MDO office, we're trying to build world-class performance. Rich has talked to you already a little bit about why this is important, the legacy that we're trying to leave for the city of Philadelphia. We know that you guys have unbeatable constraints that you're trying to work within to get things done. Many of them are limited resources, not enough time, not enough money, and not enough people. But given all of that, you have been able to accomplish some pretty spectacular things. We reached out to the department heads and asked them to give us nominations for employees or teams that we feel or they felt like most exemplified the kinds of behaviors that are necessary to get the results that were achieved. They gave us lots of nominations. Today, though, we're going to recognize all of the nominees, even those that did not win the award, because we feel like this was truly a field of outstanding performers, and everyone deserves the recognition from the people in this room. So this is how we're going to do it. You may notice that you have programs in your chair. The programs include all of the names of the nominees, the departments that they came from, and the kinds of categories, the kinds of projects that they completed. So you'll have a sense in there for the kinds of things that these folks did. We're going to ask all of the nominees to stand when their names are called and to remain standing until the winner is announced. So the winning team or individual, we'd like for you to come up front, stop at the blue table over there and pick up your award, and then have a picture taken with the the managing director and the presenters. Okay? Sound like a plan? All right. So the first award, we'll just see how it goes. The first award will be for excellence in technology, and it will be presented by Dave Wilson and Adele Abid.
Thank you, Jackie. Hey, Dave.
How you doing?
Following your lead. There we go. All right, as Jackie said, well, we should do introductions first, I guess. I'm Dave Wilson, First Deputy Managing Director, and to my right is...
Adele Abid.
And where are you from?
CIO, OIT.
Our first award here is the Excellence in Technology Award. And excellence in technology requires resources, a willingness to take risk, and outstanding execution. Let's get that out, Dave. The Excellence in Technology Award recognizes an individual, team, or department that has used technology in an innovative way to improve operations and/or customer service. The nominees are evaluated on an active or recently completed technology project.
Right. A little nervous here. This is my first Oscars. Let's see if I get this right. I don't want to be about the guy that everybody writes about later on for screwing it up. So the nominees are Kimberly Adams, Robin Aluko, Mark Cooper, Katie Everly, Ian Figueroa, and I was told it's Fred P. Fred Pantuti, Graham Quinn, Stacy Sautner, Jamie Timmons, Maisha Upshur, John Grubb, Raymond Haling, Sheila Pate, and I guess Dave will do the honors.
And the winner is Raymond Haling. Well, the award, the job that Ray did was basically the city upgraded the public safety radio system, and that has been an ongoing project. The outdated equipment caused outages and security risks for public safety personnel. Ray and his team updated the public safety radio system 5 months ahead of schedule with a high degree of satisfaction from the fire and police. The result has been increased security, decreased outages, and over 99% network availability. Ray, congratulations.
On behalf of Ray Haling and the 800 megahertz team, I wanted to say thank you for all of your hard work and thank you for the award.
So, I just wanted to interrupt the program for a moment because we have a very special guest that just came in, and I'd like to introduce to you Mayor Michael Nutter.
Jackie, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and I apologize for interrupting the ceremony, but if you've not been on Twitter or Facebook or just kind of generally on the web, the really big news this afternoon is that we have a new pope. And so I thought I'd come in and share that with you. Of course, I had nothing to do with it whatsoever, but, you know, news is news, and, you know. But you have a lot to do with the great gains that have been made. I saw Ray getting his award. I know a number of others will get various awards and recognition. And whether you do or you don't, the real bottom line is that you're providing high-quality service to the citizens of this city, and that really is what public service is all about. I'm just returning. I was in New York earlier this morning. Many of you may also know that Philadelphia was one of 5 cities in the country out of 305 entries. And a lot of that recognition goes to a bunch of folks who are actually up here. Rich and Adele in particular participated and helped us put together this application, which just won $1 million from the Bloomberg Philanthropies, and of course the great work that Mayor Bloomberg is doing in New York. You know, as I mentioned, 305 cities entered that competition, 45 states were represented. They culled the list down to 20 and then down to 5. And today was the official announcement, and we spent some time with Mayor Bloomberg and at the philanthropy offices But, you know, as I say, coming back to reality and coming back to Philadelphia, we certainly have our challenges, but the great things that get done only get done because of you. The leaders, the folks whose names you might see in the newspaper, hear on the radio, see us on TV from time to time. You know, we get a lot of FaceTime, sometimes more than we might like, or hear our names chanted a few more times than we might like. But the reality is we can't do anything, zero, without you. And so these kinds of events and these kinds of ceremonies, what we did just yesterday with John Elfrey, the Richardson Dilworth Award, is something that, you know, a couple of years ago I had this idea that we really needed to create something that more permanently recognized great service by folks who often are never in the newspaper. No one ever really knows them other than us, this family of public servants, but deserve recognition nonetheless. And no one in this city's history of 50, 60 years, I think, has really embodied what public service is all about more than Mayor Richardson Dilworth. And so, you know, we asked the firm where he was and Joe Giacobini and that whole team to be a part of this, and they were enthusiastic about it. So I want to commend all of you. And again, whether you actually get, you know, an award or a certificate or anything else, what I can at least say to you is thank you very, very much. I know you're there. We know you're there. The general public may never meet you. They might not know what we do. Half the time they think we're not doing anything, and, you know, wonder, you know, how we got our jobs and all this other kind of stuff. We do what we do because we're committed. You don't have the resources. You certainly don't get the pay. Often we don't have the stuff that we need to really make things happen and get things going. But, you know, we created 311 and said we were going to do it and do it within a year, and Rosetta and her team, fantastic job. We said we'd deliver a different kind of level of service out in the community, not top down, but from the bottom up. And that's what Rich and his team and John Farrell and the whole crew with Philly Rising. I see Stephanie over on the side. I mean, we've got, you know, tons of young people who will be with us this summer. High school students and college students in an internship and mentorship programs. What those young people get from those programs. And I want to encourage you, and when they come and they'll ask you a ton of questions and you'll explain things 8 million times, and sometimes they'll forget, or it might seem like, oh my God, you know, do I have to go through this again? Believe me, they get a lot out of that experience. They will learn something. And whether they come into government or not, what they're really going to remember is someone actually cared enough about me to spend some time with me and show me what the world of work is all about. When you're 16, 17 years old, you're not necessarily thinking about the career. You might be thinking about, you know, downloading the next CD or whatever the case may be. But I try to explain to young people when I go to see them in school, you know, in another 4, 5, 6 years, you're going to be an adult. You're going to have responsibilities. You're paying back your student loan. You might want to buy a house, get a car, whatever the case may be. And you really have to start managing your life. And as crazy as this might sound, many, many young people in this city don't necessarily know what the world of work is all about. They don't know that it's every day you got to show up. And I know you're really upset with that person you work with or your boss, but you really can't curse them out. You really do have to show up on time, and you might want to come 5 minutes early, and you might want to stay 5 minutes late. Someone has to teach them that. And they might not necessarily be getting it at home. We can help these young people here. And so what you do, I love public service. You know that. And many, many days, believe me, I'm doing things that I don't necessarily want to do. I know that we can't give you all the things that you deserve, but we're trying to do the best we can with what we have. We are starting to come out of the worst recession since the Great Depression, and things have gotten a little better, and the signs are out there. But we're nowhere near out of the woods yet. You work very hard. You've struggled. We've asked you to make sacrifice after sacrifice after sacrifice, with not a whole lot being given back. I know that. I know that. And it's painful to me that we can't do more. But we'll try. And so these kinds of events, I think, are really, really important, just to show a glimmer of what your value is to this city, to this government, and to the citizens of the city of Philadelphia. I'm born and raised, educated in Philadelphia, from West Philly, so I can get away with saying this. Philadelphians will complain about anything. It's too hot, it's too cold, it's too nice, it's too bright, it's too dark. They went to the playoffs, didn't get to the Super Bowl. Won the Super Bowl, didn't beat the point spread. I mean, whatever it is, we find a way to complain about it. But they're passionate. Our citizens are passionate. And they truly care about this city. And for all the moaning and groaning that they go through, I think most Philadelphians do really understand that we are trying to do the best we can with the hand that we've been dealt. And so keep your heads up. Be optimistic. Things are going to get better. They're nowhere near where they were back in 08 and 09. They're not back to where they were in 06 and 07. And we probably won't be back there for a while. But it's going up and it's not going down. We're actually making a little bit of money. We're not losing it like we were at the height of the recession. So be strong, maintain your commitment, and know that the folks who try to run this place most days actually do know that you're out there doing one hell of a job. Thank you very, very much. Take care.
That was a very nice interruption, and Mayor Nutter, I think, was very complimentary of all the things that you guys are doing and makes us all feel really proud. So we're going to continue with the program. Our next awards are going to be the Customer Engagement Award presented by Brian Abernathy and Dave Wilson. I will just ask that, come on up guys, that if you would just hold your applause when the nominees' names are read until all of them are read, that would be great. Thank you.
Service excellence is defined by the customer. Highest performing organizations develop a deep understanding of their customers so that they can deliver those services the customer values most. The Customer Engagement Award recognizes an individual, team, department, or program that has demonstrated meaningful engagement with their internal or external customers in a way that improves the quality of the services delivered as viewed by their customers.
The nominees for this award: the Philly 311 team of Kimberly Adams, Robin Aluko, Ryan Birchmeyer, Pedro Cedeno, Mark Cooper, Graham Quinn, Jamie Timmons, and Dwight Wilson. The Department of Records team: Greg Buber, Joe Gilormna, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to slaughter it that bad. Charles James, Linda Townsell, Ed Weiss, and Linda Yurkoff. Please stand. Calvin Walker from the Office of Innovation and Technology. From the Procurement Department, Aisha Camfield. From the Department of Public Property, Rick Mariano. From Philly Rising, Jim Sanders. And from Fleet Management, Richard Sinclair.
And the winner is Philly 311, Kimberly Adams, Robin Aluko, Ryan Birchmeyer, Pedro Cedeno, Mark Cooper, Graham Quinn, Jamie Timmons, and Dwight Wilson. The Philly 311 team created a brand to empower community heroes by expanding the use of social media, going out into the community to find liaisons, and raising awareness with Mobile 311, the mobile app mascot. The Moby 311, I'm sorry. The result was a 360% increase in social media followers, over 500 active neighborhood liaisons, and the customer satisfaction rate of 94%. Congratulations.
The next award is the Excellence in Innovation Award that will be presented by Adele Abid and Mary Stitt.
Hello again. So innovation is the act of conducting something new and different, not to be conducted with doing the same thing better. The Excellence in Innovation Award recognizes an individual, team, or department that has demonstrated strategic risk-taking and creativity in doing breakthrough innovative improvements in service delivery.
And the nominees are Sarah Cordovano, and David Walker of the Office of Innovation and Technology, Ade Fuqua from Philly Rising, Ken Hyel, Joe Palatino, and Frank Stavola from the Department of Public Property, Robert Otterson, Daniel Rosa from Fleet Management, and this is a whole group. The Hiring Services Division of OHR under the leadership of Natalie Cox, Tracy Bryant, Rich DiLorenzo, and Maria Agalakis, with substantial support from OHR IT Group and the Department of Public Property.
And the winner is, and it has been verified by KPMG.
Exactly.
And the winners are Robert Otterson and Daniel Rosa.
Robert and Daniel were responsible for preventing a potentially serious issue with the Impala police car body structure. They created a repair so innovative that General Motors used it worldwide in their repair process on all other Impala police cars. That's some good stuff.
Okay. Our next award is Strategic HR Management, and it'll be presented by Rosetta Liu and myself, Jackie Linton.
Hi, everybody. I'm excited to present this award. It's about human resource management, and as we know, effectively managing talent is the key to delivering outstanding business results. The highest performing individuals plan for future department needs through training, succession planning, and performance management. The Excellence in Human Resource Management Award recognizes an individual, team, and a department that drives business performance through the strategic development of its team members. They implement practices that increase capabilities and provide meaningful and challenging work for the team.
And the nominees are Marcia Miller from the Office of Human Resource Management, Lori Davey, Tracy Bryant, Candy Wright, Suyan Yu, Ezekiel Mathur, Billy Collins, Stacy Morgaine, Daniel Tim, and Tamara Whitfield from the Hiring Services Division of OHR, James Tatari, Marsha Green Jones, John Bobby Brown, Jeffrey George, Tahira Giles, Josephine Rollo, and Chanel Wiggins from the Benefits Division of OHR.
All right, so I cheated. I couldn't wait. So I opened it up a little early, and I saw, and I'm very proud to announce that the winners are James Satari, Marsha Green Jones, John Bobby Brown, Jeffrey George, Tahira Giles, Josephine Rollo, Chanel Wiggins. And this group is the Human Resources Benefits team. So while everybody's coming up, let me give you a brief idea as to why they won this recognition. This benefits team division has gone through dramatic changes and has essentially reformed how health benefits are managed by the city strategically, financially, and administratively. This benefits team has achieved this balance by realigning plans and costs, guiding the city through national reform, and by establishing a program that makes us all more accountable for our own personal health. The work of this great unit has saved the city approximately $41 million in the past 2 years. Just by that alone, you guys are awesome. And this great team has also introduced a fully integrated program that promotes employee awareness and engagement in health and wellness activities. So again, congratulations to a wonderful team.
So our next award is Excellence in Project Management, and it will be presented by Giselle Jones and myself. The project management discipline considers not only the tasks required to implement a project, but the activities required to manage the change process as well. The Excellence in Project Management Award recognizes a project team which has delivered substantial improvements to their department through the use of a strong project management discipline and methodology, which resulted in a significant project being delivered on time, on budget, and with a high degree of customer satisfaction.
And the nominees are from Fleet Management, Francis Bud Lipsky; Philly 311, Tim Wisniewski; Mark Cooper, Jamie Timmons, Kimberly Adams, and Maisha Upshur; the Department of Public Property, Bridget Greenwald and Gary Napick; from also Jason Stevens, the Managing Director's Office, Brian Abernathy; and from the Procurement Department, Valerie Brown and Stephanie Tipton; Department of Public Property, John Herzings, Harold Aponte, Francis Matajic, and Lawanda Scott Herbert; the Office of Human Resources, Maria Angelikis, Janine Labita, Candy Wright, Adam Mitchell, Soo Young Yu, and Annette Carreño. And the Exchange Migration Team is Nadine Dodge.
And the winner is Philly 311. Tim Wisniewski, Mark Cooper, Jamie Timmons, Kimberly Adams, and Maisha Upshur. Philly 311's mobile app is a cross-platform app offered in 11 languages that gives customers 24-hour access to city government and enables service requests to be automatically routed to department work order systems. The mobile app team works tirelessly to deliver this popular app on time and within budget, and the app has gone on to receive 12,000 downloads and local and global recognition.
This is Mark Cooper on behalf of Philly 311, and we would like to thank the Managing Director for the Project Management Award.
Okay. The next award in this category is the Administrative Support Award, which will be presented by Giselle Jones and Brian Abernathy.
Hi, Brian. Hey, darling. How are you? I'm great, thank you. The Excellence in Administrative Support Award. The Excellence in Administrative Support Award recognizes an individual or group who has gone beyond the requirements of their job to deliver exceptional results. These are the unsung heroes who operate in the background to anticipate the needs of others, minimize interruptions for their internal customers, and make the department run more smoothly.
And the nominees are from the OHR, Evro Khalid and Venus Whitehead; from Department of Public Property, Beverly Grazier; Tamika Hodge from Fleet Management; from the Records, Jean Reedy, Linda Yurkov, and Carl Zimmerman; from Procurement, Courtney Henderson; and also from OHR, Margie O'Boyle, Wanda Spruill, and Angela Kegler.
And the award winner is Courtney Henderson. Courtney serves as Secretary to the Procurement Operations Manager of Services, Supplies, and Equipment. She effectively manages the tracking of many departmental items, and she has recently agreed to be the lead safety officer for Procurement's Safety Committee and took on this initiation with great enthusiasm. She has proved she is a great project leader that can wear many hats and is a great asset to the department.
Okay, so that concludes the category of department nominations. Thank you all for all of your submissions, and congratulations to all those that were nominated for these awards. We're going to transition now to the next category of awards, which are our Philly Stat Performance Awards. The winners of the following awards are departments who have participated in the Philly Stat Ops process and who meet the following criteria. 1, they had performance targets for calendar year 2012. They exceeded those performance targets, and they performed the best for that category. So the departments eligible for these awards are the Department of Records, Department of Public Property, Office of Fleet Management, Office of Human Resources, Office of Innovation and Technology, Philly 311, and the Procurement Department. So as we present these awards, we will not read nominees' names because the nominees will be the same for each one of the awards. So with that, we're going to go to the Operational Excellence Award, and I will be presenting that one. The Operational Excellence Award recognizes a department for outstanding operational performance. Candidates for this award have defined operational performance metrics and set targets based on industry standards or best practices. Their performance has exceeded these performance targets in this category. And the winner is there are actually 2 winners for this category. They are Philly 311 and Office of Human Resources. So Al, Celia, Brian, and James, Rosetta, Cheryl, and Pedro. The next award is the Excellence in Customer Service Award, which will be presented by our Chief Customer Service Officer, Rosetta Liu.
This definitely is an award that's near and dear to my heart. It's the Customer Service Excellence Award. The Customer Service Excellence Award recognizes a department that exemplifies the Philly Stat Ops customer service ideal. Candidates for this awards have targets for key customer service metrics, which are based on industry standards or practices, and have met or exceeded the performance targets. And the winner is the Records Department. Joan Decker, Jean Reddy, Linda Yurkoff, Greg Buber, and Carl Zimmerman.
Was there a little bias there, Mark? I didn't hear you say it for anybody else. The next award is for financial excellence, and it will be presented by Dave Wilson.
All right, the Financial Excellence Award. The Financial Excellence Award recognizes a department that exemplifies the Philly Stat Ops finance ideal. Candidates have a track record of remaining on budget, have creatively adapted to the challenging financial times, and prudently managed their department's resources. The winner of this category is the Department of Public Property, Bridget Greenwald, Gary Napick, Joe Palantino, John Herzens, Joan Wilson, and Kitty Lowe.
Okay. So the final award in this category is the Most Improved Department Award, and it will be presented by Brian Abernathy.
The Most Improved Department Award recognizes a department whose performance has been most improved over the year, as demonstrated by Philly stat data in areas of operations, customer service, and financial performance. And the winner goes to Philly 311, Rosetta Liu, Cheryl Johnson, and Pedro Sedane.
So now we're getting to the final set of awards, and I would ask that Rich Negrin would come forward and introduce this category of awards.
You guys having fun? Good. So this final section of the awards are sort of the two final awards at the end. The Best Overall Operational Department, which is sort of the big award, and then the Managing Director's Award, which is the last one, that are both near and dear to my heart. Before we do those, there's a special category that we created. We gave one of these out last year, but this is about special recognition. It's about an award that doesn't fit neatly within one of the categories, right? The Philly Stat Awards are pretty clear. We look at the metrics, it's clear cut. Unless there's a statistical tie, there's a very clear winner, right? The other kind of project-based core values, Managing Directors Awards, really tie to something specific that we're trying to recognize. These awards are for above and beyond kind of special recognition. Some of it is team-based, some of it is individual-based, but they're different for that reason, and they don't fit neatly within a category. So it is my pleasure to announce the first one. There's two of these. And the first one goes to a special, very small, but incredibly dynamic team. And the envelope, please. No envelope, but I know who it is. But special events. I'm going to talk briefly about why we decided to do that in the kind of year that Dave had. It began over a year ago, as many of you know, with Occupy, right? And the ability of this team to help manage that out of our office. And continued throughout the year, whether it was Welcome America, Made in America, parades, movies, marathons, you name it, whether it was a storm. But what required clear collaboration across city government was done by this team with the utmost professionalism, with the utmost coordination and communication, really an extraordinary effort. It's part of the reason why we're becoming such a great international city, is because folks know that we can do large, fantastically successful international events, and a big reason for that is this team. So congratulations for that, guys.
Okay. The second recognition award is going out to a group that is near and dear to all of our hearts. And when I start to describe this group to you, you'll understand why. Though it's the goal for each of us to make an impact, it is not often that we get the opportunity to see our efforts directly affecting the lives of others. I'd like to present a team of people to you who are truly pioneers. If I could have the following people please come forward. The Philly Rising team: John, Manny, Ade, Benny, Joanne DeLise, Jimmy, Dan, and Amanda. So I'd like to tell you a little bit about why this team is getting this recognition. Each member of the Philly Rising team has demonstrated innovation and a true focus on customer service as they have impacted the neighborhoods across the city. Let me tell you about a few of the things that they've done in the last 12 months. Joanne DeLise Marquez has galvanized citizens of the Kensington community to complete beautification projects, community days, and the installation of a computer lab at Iglesia del Barrio. I probably didn't say that right, did I? Manny Citron has built capacity in the lower Northeast through the formation of the Lawncrest Recreation Center Advisory Council. This group has the capacity to maintain an important public space in that neighborhood. Jim Sanders has developed two of the strongest tools in the Philly Rising toolbox. First, the Citizens Engagement Academy, a trusting environment where citizens and government officials can have honest discussions about the best ways to serve the city, as well as the Dream Drive, where Philadelphia youth are introduced to aspects of history that have paved the way for today's leaders. Ade Fuqua has introduced the Philly Youth Music Partnership in Point Breeze, which provides a productive outlet for youth and has proven successful in helping some of these youth find a renewed purpose in life. Dan O'Brien, has brought a number of new programs to the Strawberry Mansion High School, such as a youth court, anti-bullying efforts, gardening programs, video programs, a prenatal nutrition program, assistance with college scholarships, applications, 2 indoor murals, and new athletic programs. And finally, Benny Ruth, the newest member of the team, started his first career boot camp in the Southeast community. This extremely successful effort resulted in more than half of the participants finding work before the program's end. Please join me in congratulating this very talented team. Okay, and the next special award is going to be presented by Rich Negrin.
Let's give both those teams a round of applause again. Isn't that great? So this is a special award. Thank you. This is a special award that we didn't do last year that we thought made a great deal of sense. We all know that in order to really get things done in the city of Philadelphia, you have to be able to influence without formal authority. And there's that part of that title that I have that I don't always like called Deputy Mayor of Coordination. Coordination can be hard, and it is hard to do it really, really well. There's one business partner who has done that so uniquely well in an outstanding fashion. It really has made such a profound impact across city government. So whether that's helping us facilitate the mayor's goals, whether it's helping us manage our recovery dollars, whether it's running our grants office, whether it's driving the Bloomberg effort, this individual has gone above and beyond the definition of her job every single time. She's the consummate team player and a phenomenal sounding board. Ladies and gentlemen, Mari Porter. Stand here for a second. You know, I just want to point out that she had no idea this was happening and is on maternity leave, because not only did she do all those things over the last year, but she also moved and had a baby within weeks of each other in the last couple of months. Yeah. So thank you so much, Mari. You're such a great partner for all of us, and you know, keep it up. And I hope you set a great standard for everybody else to follow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Marty Porter. I'm from the finance department, and I'd just like to thank the Managing Director's Office for giving me this Outstanding Business Partner Award. I'm really thankful, especially because I'm not from the MDO, so it's very nice to be recognised for doing work not only for the finance department, for the Mayor's Office, but also working with the Managing Director's Office. So thank you very much. It's a real honour.
Let's give a hand to Caroline and Caitlin for the job that they've been doing for dealing out the hardware. The high-performing department of the year. The operating departments who participated in PhillyStat demonstrate a high performance in different ways. These departments have maintained performance targets based on best practices or industry standards and drive for continuous improvements in their results. Today, we want to recognize the department which has the best overall performance for the year as measured by PhillyStat data. Drum roll, please. And that department is Philly 311. Rosetta Lou, Cheryl Johnson, and Pedro Cedeno. But I think you ought to say something. Address the crowd, tell the crowd a little bit of something.
I'll just say something for a little bit, and I'll get Cheryl up here because she normally doesn't speak. And it takes a team effort to get us to where we need to be within the operation. And it's something I would have to say Cheryl and her team really every day just keep up, trying to make sure we have employee morale that's high, satisfying our demanding customers. They love the service, and they continue to call us back. But again, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And let me have these guys stand up, all of you guys from 311, to stand up, because they're the one who actually does the job. And I know that I can call any one of them at any time and get quick information. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So I really appreciate and thank you so much.
I want to thank my team because they put up with a lot, not just with our customers who are not happy every day. They put up with me every day, adapting at a moment's notice. I want to thank Rosetta, who actually convinced me to come back here a second time and do this. And I'm really passionate about what we do. And for us, it's really good to see that the citizens continue to see this as a valuable service that we provide. So thanks, guys.
Hi, I'm Rosetta Carrington-Liu, and I just want to thank the City of Philadelphia, the Managing Director's Office, and the PhillyStat Performance Recognition Team for bestowing upon me and my excellent group of folks down at Philly 301 with the High Performance Department of the Year Award. Thank you.
So we're at that point now in the ceremony where we want to recognize the Managing Director's Award, which is going to be presented by Rich Negrin. And he's going to tell you a little bit about why this award is so important.
Thanks, Jackie. You can clap for me. So this is my favorite award of the day for a couple of reasons. It really reflects those core values that I think about, sort of the individual or the team that kind of represents our brand, what we're about, and what our core values are. I'm going to read those core values just to remind everyone what that is. The Managing Director's Award, chosen by myself, recognizes an individual team or department that has most exemplified the values of the Managing Director's Office, which are excellence, risk-taking, listening, informing, participation, development, integrity, and passion. A great deal of passion over the course of this past year. This year's winner has been with us for a very brief time and has made a huge, profound impact, not only here in Philadelphia, but really has developed a national reputation. I'll tell you some more about the details of that, but I want to announce the winner of this year's MDO Award is Mark Head. So here's the long list that Adele gave me about what Mark has accomplished this year. And do we have that picture? Check that out. So in case you haven't seen that, I mean, part of this is getting a chance to embarrass him as well. But he is actually a cover feature on Public CIO magazine this week. So congratulations for being considered the data in chief for Philadelphia. Mark joined the Office of Innovation and Technology in just September 2012 as the city's first chief data officer. Prior to joining the city of Philadelphia, he was a director of government affairs for Code for America. In just a few months, Mark accomplished what it takes other people really years to accomplish. He is following the spirit and the intent of the mayor's executive order on open data and government transparency. Mark's accomplishments, and these are just several of them, trust me, include an open gov plan of action, establishing an open data working group to guide the implementation of the open gov plan. He established an open data platform for the sharing and dissemination of open data, supporting several departments and agency commissioners with publishing high-value data sets, leading and facilitating numerous hackathons on behalf of the Office of Innovation, and personally he led the development of several very important civic apps, including the ABI calculator, which we just released, which is really making a huge impact, helping to keep people informed. Mark's high energy and results-oriented management style helped raise the level of awareness around government transparency and open data. Philadelphia is now a national model for open data thanks to Mark and his persistence and his hard work. And I want to take this time, because this is one of the most important things we do, to thank Adele for having the foresight, the persuasive skills. You all know I spent about 40 hours trying to convince Adele to come to Philadelphia, right? It was a huge undertaking on my part to get him to leave what was a very stable job in New Jersey. I don't know if he spent 40 hours, but I know he spent a lot of time trying to convince Mark to come here to Philadelphia. I think Mark may have said no a couple times, but maybe. And we don't realize the sacrifice that some people make. When we ask people on a routine basis to uproot their families and make a commitment in who we are to come here to serve the city of Philadelphia, it's really a special commitment on his part. So I want to thank you for that, Adele, and I want to thank you for that, Mark. And Mark, say a few words.
Thank you. I'll say very few words. I had a lot of help from a lot of the people in this room, and you know who you are. And I've got great bosses, as you all do. So thank you very much.
Congratulations.
It's a great honor. It's an honor and a privilege to work for the city of Philadelphia and to work for the managing director. We have a hard job, but a very important job. We have a great team, and Rich DeGrin is a great leader.
So this is the Center of Excellence team. On my left here is Pranshu Verda and Edward Garcia, who are our Philly Stat analysts. On my far right is Caroline Olson. And to my near right is Caitlin McDonald, who, by the way, guys, is our, forgive me for saying this, our youngest member of the team and the one who carried the lion's share, who carried the lion's share of all the technical logistics to get this done. So please thank all of them. And Caitlin.
Concludes our program. Thank you very much. See you next year.